The ruler of the savanna rises, releasing waves of muscle power through thunderous pounces that shake the ground. It surges forward like a golden storm, sweeping across the plains with the instincts of a master hunter. Before every obstacle and rival, that authority has rarely wavered. Along the narrow edge where survival is tested, the lion doesn't pursue prey merely to endure. It moves with the quiet confidence of true dominance. Across the African savanna, lions are the only big cats that live in organized prides, where the females lead most hunts through coordination and experience. An adult male often weighs around 420 pounds, his thick mane acting like a natural shield that both signals status and helps reduce risk during territorial disputes. Within the savanna ecosystem, the lion's true strength lies in discipline, timing, and the balance between short-term success and long-term cost. On the horizon, a giraffe rises like a living tower, standing nearly 18 feet tall, with pillar-like legs and kicks powerful enough to turn distance into a forbidden zone. Its patterned coat blends into the late afternoon light, creating a calm presence that seems almost untouchable. But when two males clash in a contest, their heavy neck swings quicken the breath. Their steps fall out of rhythm, revealing a rare moment of vulnerability. Hidden in the grass, the lions do not miss that moment. They observe, compare, and wait for the more exhausted individual to lose balance. Once the target is clear, the formation spreads like a tightening net, guiding the giraffe toward uneven ground, where long strides lose their advantage, and speeds of nearly 35 miles per hour cannot fully unfold. The distance closes. A rush comes from behind to slow the momentum, followed by a swift sidestep to avoid the counterstrike. With no path to retreat, the giraffe pivots and unleashes a powerful backward kick that cuts through the air. But at the decisive moment, one key hunter leaps onto its back, tipping the delicate axis of balance. The towering body loses footing and drops heavily to the ground. The chase ends in a single sudden turn. On the savanna, terrain and timing can sometimes be sharper than strength itself. African wild dogs are among the most enduring athletes of the savanna. Each individual weighs only about 70 pounds, yet carries the stamina to sustain a chase across many miles. With large ears acting like sensitive radar stations, the pack moves as a finely tuned system, where survival depends on discipline and deep understanding among its members. When a lioness enters their territory, the pack quickly forms a surrounding strategy. Rather than risking a direct confrontation, they launch repeated probing rushes, using their numbers to create relentless psychological pressure. Faced with constant harassment from every direction, a lone lioness will often withdraw rather than waste precious energy. But that balance can break instantly when a male lion weighing more than 400 pounds appears. In that moment, the pack's encircling tactics lose their advantage against overwhelming strength. There is no prolonged pursuit. The pack loses the edge, and the slowest dog is pushed out of position. A new order settles across the plain as the wild dogs scatter, keeping a careful distance while quietly acknowledging the authority that has just swept across the savanna. Across the savanna grasslands, zebras stand out with black and white stripes that ripple like a moving illusion. An adult can weigh around 700 pounds, with strong legs and a backward kick capable of delivering tremendous force, enough to make any pursuing predator think twice. When moving in a herd, the overlapping stripes blend together, disrupting a hunter's ability to isolate a single target. Lions understand this well. With an average success rate of about 25%, every encounter becomes a test of patience. Coordinating individuals use the terrain to close within about 100 feet before launching a sudden burst of speed. The focus is usually on a zebra that drifts away from the protective flow of the herd. In the decisive moment, the pursuer accelerates to nearly 35 miles per hour, carefully adjusting its path to match the movement of its target. Even while facing powerful defensive kicks from the hind legs, persistence and precise teamwork gradually shift the balance. After sustained effort, the predator completes the natural cycle of interaction and secures control of its objective. In the wild, survival depends not only on strength, but on understanding the rhythm of nature. Each encounter reflects the enduring balance that shapes life across the savanna. Do not let the label scavenger be misleading. Spotted hyenas are formidable fighters, organized within a disciplined matriarchal society. With a bite force exceeding 1,100 pounds per square inch, each individual weighing around 150 pounds becomes part of a tightly connected force when united, an assembly strong enough to challenge even the most dominant rulers. Yet the savanna already has its guardians. To defend their position, lions do not wait. They move first. With a clear advantage in size and presence, a male lion embodies raw strength. Powerful swipes from the forelimbs are not merely displays of force. They are meant to disorient and quickly break the resolve of a rival. In their world, taking the initiative is often the most effective way to confront direct competitors. On the other side, the hyenas persist. They rely on their numbers to harass and pressure, patiently waiting for an opening from a lone king. It becomes a complex dance of survival, intense yet calculated. After each confrontation, balance returns once again. Lions help limit hyena numbers, while hyenas help clear the savanna, keeping the ecosystem in motion. In the natural world, if the rhinoceros resembles an armored fortress, the lion represents one of the most daring risk-takers. Weighing more than 5,000 pounds and protected by skin nearly 2 inches thick, a rhino carries a natural defense that challenges even the sharpest claws. Yet when hunger pushes hunting instincts to their limits, a tense confrontation can begin. Across low grass and uneven mounds of earth, lions lower their bodies and circle quietly from behind, the direction where the rhino's view is most limited. The goal is not an immediate takedown, but to disrupt its rhythm of movement and wait for a brief opening as it turns. The rhino responds with a burst of speed close to 30 miles per hour, pivoting like a steel gate, while its horn sweeps wide enough to force any close approach to pause. A rare opportunity appears when the rhino slips into mud near the edge of a watering hole. Rather than retreating, the lions move closer, testing a fragile opening. But the advantage lasts only moments. The rhino gathers its strength, surges free from the mud, and charges forward like a powerful wave of muscle. The lions pull back, not from lack of resolve, but from recognizing the limits of facing an opponent still capable of a strong counter. It becomes a valuable reminder. In nature, the boldest challenger is not always the one who controls the outcome. If the rhinoceros is an armored fortress, the African buffalo resembles the true tanks of the savanna. An adult can weigh around 2,000 pounds, with massive shoulders, thick hide, and, most importantly, a temperament that rarely retreats. That enormous reserve of energy makes the buffalo one of the most practical targets for lions. A high risk, yet a reward large enough for a hunting pride to consider. Within the sea of golden grass, a single slower step can change everything. The rhythm of the hunt shifts instantly. The lions adjust their formation, spreading out, lowering their bodies, and moving along both flanks to cut angles and block any return to the herd. They do not rush to overwhelm the target. Instead, they extend the pressure, testing reactions while waiting for signs of fatigue. Forces the hunters to pause, because A forces the hunters to pause, because a single misstep could place them within the dangerous reach beneath those hooves. Then distant hoofbeats echo across the grass. The herd returns, forming a unified mass, raising a wall of horns that pushes the pressure back. The balance shifts in an instant. the solitary animal is no longer alone. And in the wild, the greatest strength is not always muscle. It is the power of standing together. The grizzly charges straight at its target like a primal storm, and one decisive lunge ends the chase. Razor-sharp teeth, heavy claws, and raw power cut off every escape route. When another predator closes in, the massive body surges forward and forces the rival to back away in an instant. A thunderous roar tears through the forest like a final warning. And only one question remains. Who could stand before it without trembling? The grizzly bear is known as the guardian of the forest of North America, its heavy shoulders carrying the weight of winter itself. An adult typically weighs around 800 pounds. When it rises on its hind legs, its body towers like a moving wall. Its diet is highly flexible, ranging from fresh grasses and berries to salmon and leftover food. Every calorie has value. It lives mostly a solitary life, gathering with others only when food is plentiful or during the breeding season. The confrontation between the grizzly bear and the wolf resembles a proxy battle, where numbers face off against raw strength. Wolves invest effort to bring down prey, while the grizzly needs only to follow the scent and step forward like a bulldozer, turning the pack's hard work into its own meal. A common form of food displacement among large predators. When challenged, wolves rely on coordinated harassment, moving in from multiple directions and delivering quick bites to the flank or rear to pressure the bear into leaving the prize. In response, the bear holds the central position, sometimes lying over the prize as a clear claim of possession through sheer body mass. In freezing conditions, every calorie becomes a matter of survival. With the puma, the situation is different. The puma hunts alone and with stealth, often abandoning its prey when a grizzly appears due to the significant difference in strength, forcing the puma to expend energy hunting again. In rarer cases, a grizzly may enter a nursery area and pose a risk to puma cubs, compelling the mother to abandon the site or relocate. Grizzly bears are naturally solitary, so when two individuals meet, the air often tightens with tension. A large food source, a seasonal salmon run, or the breeding season can draw them closer than their instincts would normally allow. When every calorie matters, even a glance can become a challenge. A confrontation between members of the same species rarely begins with an immediate charge. It usually unfolds through a series of signals: standing tall, low vocal warnings, stepping sideways to claim space, and working to hold the more favorable position. The larger bear carries a psychological advantage, while the smaller one may rely on speed and boldness. A single misstep can cause the standoff to flare and conclude within moments. During the breeding season, males are especially responsive to scent and tracks. They may follow one another for hours, pressuring a rival to leave the area as if clearing the ground. For a mother with cubs, the approach is different. She avoids direct encounters, chooses indirect paths, guides her cubs into dense cover, and maintains a safe distance, because any clash between such powerful animals carries serious risk. The elk is a prize the grizzly bear finds difficult to ignore. Weighing around 800 pounds, it moves in herds and remains alert across open valleys. For the bear, it is an appealing target, but not an easy one. The elk has speed, sharp hearing, and the ability to break away from danger within moments. The grizzly studies the terrain first: forest edges, stream crossings, and patches of soft mud after rainfall. When the elk approaches cold water, the advantage can shift. Water and mud slow its long stride, reducing agility in sudden turns. That is when the bear closes in, pressing the target toward a narrow opening where a single moment of hesitation shortens the distance, and the chase concludes quickly, without prolonging the struggle. Across the northern grasslands, no one prevails forever. There are only seasons unfolding one after another, and each well-timed decision allows both hunter and prey to continue within the cycle of balance. In the northern forests, the moose stands as a quiet giant. Weighing around 1,500 pounds, its long legs help it move through snow and cross marshy ground. Its wide antlers serve as a weapon during the breeding season. But great size does not guarantee absolute safety. Early spring is often the most tense period. The moose has just endured a harsh winter, while the grizzly bear begins foraging more aggressively to restore lost energy. It relies on scent, reads the wind, and waits for the right moment. A tired moose, an injured one, or a newborn calf can easily become a target. The grizzly bear does not rely on strength alone. It closes in with patience and calculation. It follows, steering the moose into unfavorable terrain: muddy flats, a shallow creek bed, or sinking snow that makes every step feel heavy. When the moose slows, the bear seizes the opening to move in close. After about 15 minutes of struggle, the chase ends, leaving a food source that helps the grizzly regain its strength. But a mother moose is not an easy target. When the bear approaches, she turns back, holds a defensive stance, delivers warning kicks, and keeps a safe buffer for her calf. The grizzly shifts angles repeatedly, testing closer, then backing off again, but meets steady determination. In the end, it pulls away, not out of cowardice, but to wait for a better opportunity. The bison is a mobile reserve of the North American grasslands. An adult bull can weigh up to about 2,000 pounds, carrying enough muscle and fat to become an appealing reward in times of scarcity. Yet a great reward always comes with great risk, because a bison rarely stands alone. The grizzly often remains at the edge of the herd, observing its rhythm of movement and searching for a weak link, a calf that falls behind, an aging individual, or one weakened by exhaustion. When an opportunity opens, it surges forward in a few short bursts, aiming to end the encounter quickly, especially if the target is a calf. But the grassland is never truly quiet. At the first signal, a mother bison turns back immediately, using her horns and shoulders to drive the intruder away. The grizzly must measure every second, whether to press forward or retreat, whether to hold what it has gained or withdraw to avoid a prolonged confrontation over a valuable prize. Within the ecosystem, the grizzly plays the role of both cleaner and regulator of population rhythms. The grassland survives through balance, not through victory. The salmon run transforms northern streams into surging ribbons of living energy. For the grizzly bear, this is a decisive window of survival that determines its ability to endure the harsh winter ahead. It positions itself at the base of small waterfalls, where the current forces salmon to leap from the water. The bear stands still, eyes fixed on the shadows moving beneath the surface. When a fish launches upward, the response comes in a split second, a swift sweep of the front paw, or a precise catch as the salmon falls back. An adult salmon provides roughly 4,000 calories, rich in omega-3 fatty acids and easily absorbed protein. Not every attempt succeeds. Some strikes miss, and some fish slip past its grasp. The bear does not rush. It shifts half a step, adjusts its stance, and patiently waits for the next wave, because the ultimate goal is to build the reserves needed for months of winter dormancy. Here, strength is timing, waiting for the right moment, acting at the right moment. Across the African savanna, the lion stands as a symbol of strength, strategy, and the discipline of pride life. Its authority does not come from aggression, but from timing, approach angles, and the wisdom to step back at the right moment. Each encounter is only a small wave within the great ecological cycle, where balance is continually restored. If you want to keep following this journey, press like and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter.